Egg incubation tanks need a cone base. The tank should be filled with 1 micron filtered, UV treated seawater. The salinity should be more than 32 parts per thousand. The tank should be heated to 28 degrees Celsius. To maintain water quality, a slow trickle of treated seawater can flow through the tank. To retain eggs, the central drain should be screened with a 250 to 300 micron mesh filter. After collecting a bucket of eggs from the spawning tank, it should be gently mixed for counting of eggs. Remove known volumes of mixed eggs from the bucket with a pipette. Drain the eggs onto a 250 micron screen for counting under a dissecting microscope. Repeat the procedure around 5 times to obtain an average count of eggs per milliliter. Based on the volume of water, calculate the number of eggs in the bucket. Pipette further eggs onto a Petri dish for viewing under a microscope. Count the number of fertilized and unfertilized eggs to obtain a fertilization rate. Up to 600,000 fertilized eggs can be stocked into a 1,000 litre egg incubation tank. Before transferring eggs to the incubation tank, remove dead and unfertilized eggs. To do this, gently swirl the bucket of eggs, then leave it to settle. Dead and unfertilized eggs and detritus will collect near the centre of the base of the bucket. Siphon the dead eggs and waste out with either a soft plastic or a silicone tube. This will help to maintain water quality in the incubation tank. Transfer the remaining good quality eggs from the bucket to the incubation tank. After several hours in the incubation tank, some eggs may have died. To remove dead eggs from the incubation tank, shut off the aeration and the water supply. Then turn off any heaters and remove them from the water column. Next, swirl the tank and then let it settle. Dead eggs and detritus will collect in the centre of the tank. Siphon out any waste from the centre of the tank. When you have finished siphoning, restart the air supply and the filtered seawater supply. Then replace and restart the heaters. At 28 degrees Celsius, jungle perch eggs hatch in just over 15 hours after fertilisation. From around 10 hours after fertilisation, notochords develop and embryos begin to form. The dark pigment over the embryos makes them visible to the naked eye. Embryo stage eggs can be removed for stocking into larval rearing tanks or ponds. If the incubation tank aeration and water supply is shut off, embryo stage eggs will begin to raft on the surface, but only if the salinity is above 32 parts per thousand. Rafting embryo stage eggs can be skimmed from the surface using beakers, plastic jugs or similar containers. These eggs can then be transferred to a bucket or a tub. Embryo counts can be made volumetrically, as for counts of eggs made previously. Known numbers of embryos can then be transferred to ponds or to larval rearing tanks. Some embryos will be missed during surface skimming. Yolk sac larvae also raft on the surface and can be collected the same way as the embryos, but are much more fragile. Anything missed by surface skimming can be collected by lowering the tank volume to the level of the cone, then scooping out larvae and water in plastic containers.